Happy New Year everyone, and in this new year I want to do a lot of new things, and right now I want to present to you my very first camera, which is the Sony A6400. Before doing that, I want to thank iClick Mega Mall for giving me a great deal for this camera. So let's go! So right now we're using the A6400, and this is a 24 megapixel camera. Sony advertised it as the best autofocus camera there is during their release last year, January 2019. I tried to research for a good camera with a price range of around 40 to 60,000. This camera is 58,999 with the kit lens, which is of 16 to 50 millimeter, 3.5 to 5.6. Without the lens, it costs 22,999. Initially, I was checking if I should get a Note 10 Plus or an iPhone 11 Pro Max or Huawei P30 Pro or a Canon M50. But based on my research, the best camera that fits for my need right now is this Sony A6400. Initially, I was looking into the A6500 because A6500 has the in-body image stabilization, but right now A6500 is already phased out and you can't find it anymore in the mall. Since I can find the A6500, the stores are offering me different kinds of camera. The first one is the Sony A7 II, but when I checked, the autofocus of it is not as good as this A6 series. When another store is offering me a Panasonic Lumix G85, which is also a good one, but again, the autofocus is not as good. I'm always saying autofocus because, as you could see on my videos, I always do b-rolls of my food, and there are a lot of times that the autofocus of my phone is not working well and you can see the blur on my food. So I'm looking for a good camera that has good autofocus. Another one that made me decide to get the A6400 is the 4K quality video. I may not use it in the near future, but we all know that YouTube had a 4K quality video upload already. So I may try it once in a while, and I know that M50 also had a 4K quality video, but based on some of those pros that compared A6400 versus M50, they're just saying that don't use the 4K quality of the M50 because it's rubbish. So I'm not even using 4K, but maybe I could try it in the next video or something. Another one that I like about the A6400 is the weatherproofing. Almost all of the cameras right now has weatherproofing, though some of the cameras from A6 series of Sony, especially the 6000 and the 6100, doesn't have weatherproofing, so it doesn't have spill-proof or dust-proof. The initial plan for me is to get a camera and prepare for my Korean trip. Last time I went to Korea, it's raining, so I need to have a camera that at least have a protection against those kind of weathers. So this one is really good and really fit for me. Another thing that I saw that made me think that this camera is good for me is it doesn't have any limitations on the minutes of your recording. Some of the cameras like the Canon M50 or the old A6 series like 6000, the 6300 and the 6500 has the limits of 30 minutes. So after 30 minutes you need to press the record button again. But on this camera, I just need to be here as long as I have the memory, as long as I have the battery, talk for a long time and finish this whole video in just one cut. Another camera that was recommended to me by my good friend at the Academy was the Sony A6000. As I've said earlier, the problem with A6000 is it has no weatherproofing. Another problem with A6000, same with A6300 and the A6500, the three of them has an overheating issue with the battery. So again, if you're doing a long sit down video like this one, it's not good for your battery to overheat. So the new versions, the A6100, the A6400, and the A6600 had resolved those issues. You could record as long as you want, as long as you have the battery and you have the memory to save your recording. Another thing that I love with A6400 is on its full HD video, you have the 24 FPS, you have the 30 FPS, you also have the 60 FPS which the Canon M50 has, but this camera has the 120 FPS. So if you really want to get those body of water like waves to have a slow-mo of it, you have a really good quality camera that could work with that one. One main issue with this camera is it has no in-body stabilization, but I think I could work with that one because the A6600 costs around 103,999, which I can't afford. So with the difference of almost 45,000, maybe I'm thinking of just getting a gimbal. But right now I just got all the necessary accessories that I need on this camera, like extra battery, the bag, filters. Right now I don't have the filters. Also, Kuya Marlon recommended to me that I should buy a Sigma 16mm f1.4. So right now I already ordered it. I'm just waiting for it maybe next week to test it out. So once I get everything else, I will test it out, and while waiting I will try to learn more about this camera. So basically video quality it's good. So I'm looking into my viewer. The good thing with the new versions of A6 series, the screen can be flipped at the top. But as you could see, sometimes I'm looking at the top and I'm not looking at the lens. That's the main problem with all of those vlogging camera that has screen can be flipped. The thing is with Canon M50, you will look in this way instead of looking at the top. It's your preference, but again, on this series, screen could be flipped so that you can see yourself. And I can see myself right now, and the square focus is focusing on my face, so I think it's good. I don't have any comparison with Sony and all of those other cameras, but I had taken a few videos using my Samsung A8. I think that to be fair, because I've been using my Samsung A8 for 2 years now, and I know some of the settings that I could use a Pro versus the auto settings of Sony A6400. So maybe let's check it out and decide on what you would like. So basically you've seen that both looks nice. Thing is, the reason why I didn't get a better phone versus a good camera is I noticed that the video quality of the phones, sometimes it's a little bit yellow. As you have seen on my samples, you see the green became yellow. I also noticed that side by side with an iPhone 11 Pro Max and a good camera, of the color, the sharpness, and sometimes the details of the video and the images are not that good. It's good when you look at it from afar, but when you zoom it in, there's a lot of specks on the video. But again, it is always based on what you want. It doesn't matter if you're using a phone camera, as long as you're good with it. I've seen a lot of YouTubers who are using phone cameras. Gio in Japan is using his iPhone and a gimbal, and the quality of the video is really good. There's a lot of good YouTubers that I know who are still using phones. If you have anything to use for your YouTube or your video, as long as you learn it, as long as you have patience, as long as you have time to do it, to learn it and do your best to improve, I think that it doesn't matter. But for me, I had spent 2 years, more than 2 years of my YouTube career using my Samsung A8. So I decided this year I will have my own camera, and thank you for all of those people who helped me to decide and get this camera. I'm really happy with it and hope I could learn more about it before I go to South Korea. So if you have any questions about this camera, just put it on the comment box below. If you love this video, please press the thumbs up button. And if you want to know my experience on A6400, and if you want to have an update on my upcoming Korean trip, be sure to subscribe and press the bell button so that you will be notified when I upload the videos. That's all for now. Thank you and God bless.